I visit America, I would want to visit the waterfall between the America and the Canada. Sorry, I don't know how to spell it. I know it's very wonderful and very beautiful.
Is it a state or a city? By Canada?
I know this side of the waterfall is
Niagara Falls.
America.
Niagara Falls. One side is America, one side is Canada. Yes. Yes. It's called Niagara Falls. I will. But it's up in the northeast region. I'm sorry, I can't find it right off. I'm looking at a backwards map.
It's in Buffalo.
Okay, I see Buffalo. Buffalo. Does everyone see Buffalo? New York? Do you see that? Buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have 1 foot on Canada and 1 foot on America. It's kind of cool. Does anybody else want to share? Yes, ma'am.
If I visit America, I would want to visit California. First, California because of a song called California.
Yeah.
In my opinion, California is a very beautiful place. And I think it's maybe a little romantic, isn't it?
Yeah. Very pretty.
Do you know the song called California? It's a very...
Hotel California? The Eagles. Yeah, Hotel California. Yeah. Very popular. You gonna sing it for us? Thank you. You're a sweetheart. So, has anyone heard of San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Chinese immigrants in San Francisco. A lot of Chinese immigrate to San Francisco. So, has anyone heard the term Chinatown?
Yeah.
So they all kind of live in one little part of San Francisco, and they call it Chinatown because you could go to the market and the restaurants, and you could speak Chinese, and there would be other Chinese running markets, and I'm sure the housing and everything looks very similar to China. So they have their own little piece of China in America. So they call it Chinatown. So, does anyone else want to share? Yes, ma'am.
I visit America, I would want to visit Houston because it is the home of the Rockets and Yao Ming played.
Yao Ming. Yes.
And I think the stadium of Rockets is excellent.
Yeah.
I like it very much.
I love Texas. Texas is a very cool state. Probably one of my favorites. So, does anybody else want to share? Yes, sir.
If I visit America, I would want to visit a small city called Paris. Because I think its name is funny, and I guess it's a beautiful city, isn't it?
Paris, Missouri?
Yeah.
I've never been.
Oh.
I can't tell you. I know it's very small.
We can go there together.
Yeah, definitely. We can see Paris in Missouri. Does anyone else want to share? No? So, yes, sir.
I would want to visit Massachusetts.
I'm sorry? Las Vegas? Massachusetts.
Yeah.
That's in the Northeast. Okay.
Where was famous for Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
MIT.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Very
Yes, very famous school.
I long for it.
Yeah. Well, you better keep studying.
One day I will go there to communicate with the scientists. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. It's a very prestigious school in America. Very famous. Yes, sir.
If I visit America, I would want to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Because the Hollywood is located in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And you can see many film stars right there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I think I can see the Los Angeles. Sorry. I can see the NBA game of Lakers and Clippers.
Yeah. They have two basketball teams, so I'm sure a lot of people would love Los Angeles.
And
Do you like the Clippers more or the Lakers? You like both? Do you like one more than the other?
I prefer Lakers.
The Lakers. Cool.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
And I think the Los Angeles is very beautiful.
Yes, very beautiful.
How is face the
Yeah, very pretty.
That is very beautiful beach.
So in America, typically we like to visit Florida, not more than California, but the beaches, because the water is so warm from the Gulf of Mexico, and it's close to Miami. It's closer to the equator, so the water is much warmer. It's you can go swimming and not freeze. Very cold. Where in California, the water, because it comes up from Canada and Alaska, and it comes down the coast, the water is very cold. So even if you go to California in the summer, the water is like 60 or 70 degrees. I don't know if you're familiar with Fahrenheit, but that's still, you can swim in it, but it's kind of chilly. So I personally love to go to Florida because the beaches, the water is much warmer. Does that make sense?
And many beautiful girls.
Yeah, California girls. They're all blonde with blue eyes. Very pretty. So, has anyone ever heard the term peninsula? Peninsula? So, we call Florida a peninsula because it's surrounded by 3 sides on water. So, yeah, you know what a peninsula is.
I have learned it.
Yeah. So that's why Florida has a lot of beaches. Very pretty. I'm sure California has a lot of beaches too. But, I actually have a picture of Florida I can show. So, Florida, very pretty. Can you see it in the back? Very pretty. The water's very warm.
Where is it?
I'm sorry?
Where is it?
This is Fort Myers, Florida. If you look on the tip of Florida, you can see it. It's actually, if you see Sarasota and you go a little bit more south, you'll see Fort Myers. Very pretty. So, so if you look at your map and you find St. Louis and you go west, you go through Kansas, and the next state is Colorado. I went to school in Colorado. So, does anyone know skiing? To ski?
Yeah.
There's a lot of mountains, so you can. It's very pretty, and you can go skiing. I did more skiing than school, so very cold. Not up in the mountains, it's very cold, but Denver and Fort Collins, where I was at, it's a little bit milder, so it's not 0 degrees all year round. But when you're up in the mountains, yes, it's very, very cold. Yeah, I love Colorado. Very pretty. So I just kind of talked about Kansas. So when I would drive, we call Kansas a plain because it's very flat. Very flat. Nothing to look at. So when I would drive to school in Colorado, I would have to look at this for 6 hours. Very, very boring. Need a lot of coffee and music. I have a picture of California. This is San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
I'm sure many people have seen it. Golden Gate.
Yeah.
Because California's, you might know, it's called the Golden State. Because hundreds of years ago there was a lot of gold there. Before we found it all. Yeah. So again, this is where a lot of Chinese immigrate to. There's a lot of Chinese in San Francisco. So, did anyone pick Hawaii for their answer of where they would go? If they visited, it's an island. It's an island. Very pretty. Lots of beaches. So they call Hawaii the Aloha State. Aloha, it means hello. So it's kind of like Hong Kong. How they speak a different, they speak, some may speak Chinese, but they also speak their own little language. So in Hawaii, they speak Hawaiian, but they also speak English. So we call them the Aloha State. I have actually. Pearl Harbor.
Are there a lot of smart girls?
Smart? Smart?
Pretty.
Lots of pretty girls. Are you saying smart? I'm sure there are. I went to the island of, oh, I don't even know if I know how to spell it. Oahu? Hold on.
O-A-H.
O-A-H-U.
Yeah.
Oahu? It's one of the bigger islands. It's not the biggest, but. And I went to. Has anyone heard of Pearl Harbor? It's a very large base in Hawaii. So I did that when I was a kid. So I have been lucky enough to go to Hawaii. Very pretty. Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen the wonderful performance of the hula? H-U-L-A.
H-U-L-A?
Yeah.
Hula? Their party?
Have you ever seen?
Yeah, I have.
Careful.
I'm sorry? No, you're fine. Take your time.
Is it wonderful or not?
Yeah, very fun.
Can you dance it?
No, I'm not a good dancer. But the ladies show their bellies and they.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So if you look in the southwest of your map, you'll see Arizona. It's a desert. Desert. It's very hot. Hard to live there. No, down by California. Yeah. Very, very hot. Very hard to live. Lots of sand. So typically not a lot of people live there. It's very hot, very hard to live there. I have a picture of New York, the Statue of Liberty, and
Statue of Liberty.
yeah. So, did anyone pick New York as their? If they wanted to visit America, they would go to New York.
Yes.
every big city. So, did I spell that right? Guangzhou? So if you take the 5 biggest cities in America, Houston, Chicago, New York.
San Francisco.
No, I'm sorry. New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, and Philadelphia, the combined population is like 16 or 17 million people.
Wow.
And Guangzhou has 40 million people. So the top 5 biggest cities in America is not even half the size of Guangzhou. Am I saying that correctly? Has anyone been to Guangzhou?
No.
No? Too big? I'm hoping in the next 2 months maybe I can go there and get lost and all the people. So does that kind of put America into perspective, how our top 5 biggest cities are not even half of your largest city? Guangzhou is the largest city in China, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if you had to pick like one of these geographical terms, what would you use to describe Fuxin? Would you, like I was at Oolong Lake the other day, so maybe I would use the term lake or plain. I think Fuxin's very flat. I could be wrong. It's not a desert, right?
Yeah.
Are there mountains?
No.
No? Little mountains? So hills? So, so you would use those words too? Am I off? Plain, lake? If you want, you could write that on your paper. At the end, I'm going to collect that, like where you would visit. Okay? So if you just want to write like one word maybe, or I would describe Fuxin as a plane. Has anyone heard of the game called Hangman? Hangman? Thanks, bud. That's what I was looking for. So, in America, this game's very popular because students, like, let's say, for example, if I chose the word lake, L-A-K-E, lake, I would write 4 blank spaces, 4 letters, L-A-K-E. So, and let's just pretend you don't know that the word's lake. I would ask you to name a letter, and if you said L, I would say yes, that's correct. If you said Z, Z is not in the letter lake. I would draw a little sad face. And so if someone guessed the next letter is A, I would say yes, that's correct. And then if someone said B, the letter B, I would say no, that's incorrect. And you want to try to guess the word before you hang the man, the poor little guy. Has anyone played this game before?
Yeah.
No?
But I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's in America, the students like to, like, if you wanted to come up, they would try to pick a hard word to try to confuse you all and stump you. Does that make sense? So, is anyone comfortable enough to come up, or do you want me to do it? Does anyone feel comfortable enough? No? Come on. And like we'll kind of make it easy, and if you want to pick a word off here, or like a word that I talked about today.
Yeah.
Like
From
yeah.
in this.
And don't tell us.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh.
And then so however many letters, you come over here, and you'll write that many blank spaces.
Yeah. Like guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
I'll guess too.
Okay. I'll try the easy one. Yeah.
I'll try an easy one.
Like this?
Yeah. If there's 4 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll give it a description.
No, you want to ask your classmates to name a letter. So they're
Oh.
trying to guess what word you're thinking of.
Oh, I'll call everyone if I like.
Does anybody want to guess a letter?
Put your hands up.
Put your hands up.
Yeah. Which? 不是，就是说你说一个英文字母，要是不是的话，我就画个脸。喂，这不好。
I can see clear.
You just want to name a letter?
四个。
Like
L.
L.
Sorry is balls. And then I draw a face.
Yeah, if L is not in the word that you chose, you would draw the little face.
It's so many L.
So does someone want to guess another letter? We have L, so
Yeah.
G.
Wow. It's not fun.
She guessed the word. So like in America, if she guessed golf,
Yeah.
so you know the definition of golf? In America, I would ask the definition. So not only are you working on your spelling and speaking, you're learning the definition. So in order to win, you would have to tell me the definition of golf, which is just like if you look by Florida, the Gulf of Mexico, it's like it's just a body of water, not completely surrounded, but over here. Does everyone like this game?
I like it.
Okay. I'll probably be using it in later lessons just to work on our vocabulary and our speaking. Is that cool? Are we good? Does anyone have any questions about the map or anything at all?
Can I take one?
I'm sorry?
Can I take one? Mike?
My last lesson is at 2, and then you're more than welcome.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'll give you one.
Oh, thank you very much.
The easiest way to fold it up is you just kind of